She married the prince, only to be thrown into an abyss by him on their wedding day, an offering to a vicious dragon, meant to settle an ancient family debt passed down through generations. Facing the fire-breathing beast with its menacing claws, the young woman could only flee desperately. But as she rounded a corner, she came across a charred female corpse. Terrified, she tried to scramble away, only to have her feet tangled in debris. While struggling to free herself, she was struck by another blast of the dragon's flames, burning her leg. Gritting her teeth against the pain, she dragged herself into a nearby cave. It was then that Yeludi realized the dragon hunted by sound, and she immediately fell silent. The attack ceased. Once the creature had retreated, she drew a dagger hidden in her clothes, cut strips from her skirt, and bandaged her wounded leg. Using the lingering glow of the dragon's fire to light her way, she pressed forward in search of an exit. Crawling deeper into the cavern, Yeludi suddenly found herself slipping into a narrow, bottomless crevice in the rock. She screamed, thrashing until she managed to pull herself free. But in doing so, the only source of light went out. She stumbled ahead toward a faint glow not far away, only to discover she was standing on the edge of a steep cliff. After a moment to steady herself, she leaped toward the opposite ledge, only to slide down a sloping rock face toward the abyss below. Her heavy, layered gown snagged briefly on an outcrop, buying her just enough time to wedge her dagger into a crack in the stone. Hand over hand, she pulled the blade out and stabbed it in again, repeating the exhausting process until she finally hauled herself onto a stable platform. Approaching the source of the glow, she found a swarm of luminous insects. Yeludi tore off one of her sleeves, carefully gathered the glowing creatures inside, and used them as a makeshift lantern. Soon she heard the sound of flowing water nearby and hurried toward it. Cupping the water in her hands, she took a sip and immediately spat it out. It was foul and unclean, and her hands were now covered in slippery algae. Then she noticed icicles hanging above, with droplets slowly melting from their tips. Tilting her head back, she caught a fresh drip of meltwater in her mouth. Exhausted, she closed her eyes for just a moment. Unnoticed by her, the ice above began melting faster and faster. When Yeludi opened her eyes again, the icicles had been replaced by the fiery glow of the dragon's breath. She darted into a nearby hollow, narrowly avoiding another torrent of flames. From outside, the dragon's voice echoed, cold and mocking. "You are like all the other girls, Yeludi. Hiding may keep you safe, but only for now. Or